Londres.
The EU's tactics, or if you prefer, the tactics of the continuity remain faction in Britain, are now in plain sight. The idea is to overturn the 2016 referendum by replacing it with a different referendum, this time with a more loaded question. Voters would be presented with a choice between accepting the atrocious withdrawal terms proposed by the current withdrawal agreement or staying in the European Union altogether. Now just think about what that would say about Britain, its place in the world, and its democracy. Internationally, we would suffer a greater humiliation than at the Suez Crisis. Britain would have tried to recover its independence and been thwarted. Democratically, we would suffer a trauma of the sort not seen since the 1832 Reform Act. Incidentally, the Conservative Party, it seems almost a petty thing to mention, would be obliterated. And all for the sake of a referendum that would solve nothing. Because surely the correct response for any leaver faced with a new poll, especially one with a rigged question or a rigged franchise, would be to refuse to sanction it with our participation. After all, at the last election, we were repeatedly told, especially by the people leading the Remain campaign now, that this would be a final binding vote, that we'd never have another go. How on earth can the same people now come back and say, yes, but this time we really mean it, there's just going to be one more, and I know we said all this last time, but this time we really are going to treat it as a definitive vote. We should not play that game. How often are they going to want reruns if they lose a second time? Is it going to be best of 5, best of 7, going to be a regular test like the cricket? The only moral and correct position for those of us who voted leave would be to say, we're boycotting, it's not going to solve anything. We'd then be left with a kind of African or Saddamite sort of referendum where you'd have a 99% Remain vote on a turnout of less than 40%. Meanwhile, the country would be left humiliated in the eyes of the world and our democratic system broken at home. The idea that people dare to talk about our national interest and then propose this course of action is shameful. We're a better people than that.